For eons, they existed in a world painted in the color of old wounds. A world called Mars, but not the Mars you know. This was a place of perpetual twilight and silent terror. The residents of this desolate land were not born, they were forged. They don't know where they came from. The oldest myths say they emerged from the very core of the planet, a brutal fusion of rock and rage. They are the Marauders, a species born of pure hunger, and their world was a brutal cycle. There was no love, no compassion, only one law: the strong devour the weak. The frail, the old, the injured, they were sustenance. Every day the Marauders would round up their own kind, herding them like cattle, their horrifying roars echoing through the canyons, a daily ritual of survival and slaughter. It was the only way they knew how to exist. And at the heart of this world of carnage ruled their king, a being of unimaginable cruelty, known only as Vortex. He was the largest, the most ferocious of them all. His throne, a mountain of jagged dark crystal, was littered with the remnants of his own kind. Every morning he would choose his first meal from the weaklings gathered in the cages below. He would tear them apart with a grotesque, almost casual brutality. His hunger was a bottomless void, a rage that could never be satisfied. But the numbers were dwindling. The hunger, it was a constant, gnawing presence. The Marauders were consuming themselves into extinction. Their world, once filled with millions, was now a desolate graveyard, with only a few thousand of them left. Even the most ruthless among them were starting to feel the dread of an empty stomach. They were desperate, starving. They were at the very end of their brutal existence, facing a slow, painful death. There was nothing left to eat. And then a miracle, or perhaps a curse, a ship from a distant, vibrant world, a vessel filled with a species they couldn't possibly comprehend. Humans, the first to set foot on this forgotten rock, unaware of the silent predators watching from the shadows. The humans, in their infinite curiosity, had stumbled into a graveyard, and the ghouls were starving. The Marauders, a race that knew only brutality and hunger, were captivated. These new creatures, they walked on two legs just like them, but they were beautiful. Their skin was soft, their forms were delicate. They weren't a threat, they were a feast. The hunters had become the hunted, and the meal was about to be served. Inside their dark caves, the captive humans, shaking with fear, were brought before the Marauder leader. The leader, a massive, grotesque beast named Vortex, roared. He wanted to know where they came from. The humans, seeing no other option, spoke of their home. They spoke of billions, billions of them, more than they could ever imagine, a planet teeming with life, with food.
The idea was simple, yet so profound it shook their entire race to its core. Why eat their own kind when there was an entire planet of delicacies waiting to be consumed? The fate of 2 worlds had just been decided. The humans, in their quest for knowledge, had given a starving race the greatest gift of all, a new hunting ground. And the Marauders, they had finally found a solution to their hunger. A solution called Earth, resident of Mars. A story of survival, conquest, and a hunger that knows no bounds. To see what happens next and to find out if humanity can survive, make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next part.